This is Curly Castro.
I'm PremRock.
We are ShrapKnel, and we are the champions of
We are the four-time holders, most appearances, and we want y'all to listen to Cabbage.
leaf on the cabbage,
You know what I'm saying? We are a prominent leaf on the cabbage. We smoke cabbage,
load bearing leaf.
load bearing leaf. Did you enjoy your cabbage here?
What's the point of the cabbage after that point?
Nobody planting the cabbage.
Hi there, Jeff.
What's up, man?
What's
Just heading out to the beach, man, catching some tasty waves. Hopefully they're not too aggy, bro.
we're in like fall now, right? This is
Nah, we're
fall.
in fall. Fall doesn't start for another couple of weeks. We're in the middle of summer. We're watching Baywatch. It's 80 degrees. I'm feeling great, man. Got a
Thinking,
cooler.
what do you have in your cooler there?
Oh
You
man, let me
got
check. Let's
some
check out what I got in
some
the cooler,
stuff.
man. This'll be fun.
What'd you think of Baywatch?
This is what I thought of Baywatch.
Well, yeah, as you can tell, we are into the
Hate this
wrestling
fucking
season.
movie.
We're into wrestling season. This is our first encounter this season with The Rock. We're doing Baywatch, the
Surf's up,
2017
bro.
reboot. Jeff's changing his whole attitude over there, so let's get
Changing my
into it.
latitude too, man.
We've got amazing guests today. ShrapKnel are back. Curly Castro and PremRock. We'll hopefully help get some to help us make sense of
It
this.
doesn't matter who the guest is.
Our returning guests for today's show really need no introduction. But what the hell, I'll give them one anyway. Joining us now in their fourth respective appearances on the Cabbages podcast are Curly Castro and PremRock, aka ShrapKnel. You know their work both as soloists and in duo mode, but this past summer, they went above and beyond, dropping a trio of new projects together, dubbed the Triple Steel Beam Collection via Fused Arrow Records. Each one of them is put with a different producer, Raffia Bruiser Brigade, Mike Ladd, and Obliv, all opening up new chambers in hip hop. You can cop all three of those right now on Bandcamp or wherever music is streamed or sold. Hello, guys. Welcome back to the show.
They're back.
Thank you. That's a great introduction. Well said.
Yes,
Well
appreciate
said.
that.
It is crazy. You guys are our most frequent guests, and that's over a lot of
Well
years
earned.
of doing it.
I think
This
Castor,
is
I think Castor is a champion of aside from you two of consuming movies that you wouldn't assume people
Hmm.
watching. Castro has seen some movies that surprised me.
Yes, I am a amateur cinephile. I watch a lot.
I mean, you are definitely a connoisseur of the type of stuff that we've talked about on this show. Every time we have a conversation with you, it's always just like your knowledge base on
Hmm.
movies and bad movies in particular.
I,
Mwah.
this is my first time watching it. I didn't realize it.
Okay, that was my first question for you was gonna be had you seen this movie specifically you?
I never watched this. I don't even remember the highlights. I remember I'm old enough where Watch was like around when I was, aware I was old enough when Baywatch was hitting. So then when it came with the movie, and I knew it wasn't like a reboot or something, I think I just kind of skipped it. I saw Rock, I saw Zac Efron. I was like, it can't. I thought it would be like 21 Jump Street-ish, but not as successful as that.
I think it wanted to be. We can get into that in a little bit, but I think it really wanted to like ride that kind of wave, and pun intended.
Yeah, they wanted
And
to often hit some sequels, but it didn't seem like it hit the ground like that.
we made a promise to Premrock that he would not get a movie as good as he did last time. And I think we delivered.
Oh no, we 100% delivered.
We delivered on that
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Prem, had you seen this before?
No. And I like when I went to the link, I told my girl, I was like, I think I'm watching a Baywatch movie like I thought there was like an original one.
Mhm.
But then I was like, oh, was there one? Because I saw one that
The
popped
series,
up on my
series did some specials.
yeah.
So I was under that assumption too. So I thought maybe one of them was like an hour and a half, and it could be movie-ish part of the thing. But they did some specials, and then they did Baywatch Nights.
Oh yeah,
which went supernatural.
Yeah.
Oh, Baywatch Nights is next level.
It's wild. It's truly wild. Baywatch for me, the original show, was very important because I was in an all-male military school when it was on.
Didn't know that.
So it was required viewing.
It was
like you wanted to know when it was the quietest in that like shithole. Baywatch was on. Everyone was glued.
Amazing.
Wow. Yeah. So no, to answer your question, I saw the 2017. I saw Zac Efron and The Rock, and I was like, okay, this must be the place.
There was a bar that I spent a lot of time in, and I don't drink as much as I used to, so I spend less time there. But there's a bar I spent a lot of time in, and on the TV, always was Baywatch.
Syndication USA.
Yeah, well, no, because there's like now all these digital channels. I'm sure you've seen.
Oh, so it's just Baywatch all day. Yeah,
it's just Baywatch in perpetuity. So I would watch it. You just drop in, and the thing is after a while, like if you've been seeing it, you go like, okay, this is where we are in the seasons. And then eventually it's like, okay, the seasons end and you get into, okay, now we're going to show Baywatch Nights.
Yes.
So there's that. There's the TV movies, the Hawaiian Wedding. There's everything that happens in it. So I've watched a lot of Baywatch with the sound off. Is the point being?
My mother lives in the middle of nowhere. So when I go home for Christmas, I just pick one of those show channels and I just stay on it. And last Christmas I did like probably somewhere in the vicinity of like 25 hours of Baywatch.
Wow.
And it was phenomenal. It's still an excellent show.
When they put Criminal Minds, I think, on one of those side channels before Ion, and it would and Criminal Minds would be
all day
on the weekend, especially like 12 p.m. till like 10. And so you don't notice it, especially if you're a halfway Criminal Minds person. You're like, yo, I just watched 4 episodes, like whatever those channels that would show Law and Order over and over and over again. You sit there in the afternoon and you burn through like 5. And I remember that's how I even got into Criminal Minds, because I was seeing them that many. Sometimes some shows would come to me in syndication. I might have missed the original run, or I wasn't watching that channel per se. I remember not even knowing anything about Becker, but I got into Becker when it went into syndication. So
Becker. Oh man, that show isn't fantastic.
Yeah.
But there are some dudes on that. There are people on that show that really carry some weight, that do some really funny work.
There's the stuff in the newsstand.
Yes.
There's the stuff at the clinic.
The blind man is
Jake.
Yeah, Jake is incredible in that show. Listen, let's just talk about Becker. Do we have to talk about Baywatch?
Let's talk about Ted Danson sitcoms that aren't Cheers.
Like Google. Oh, it's Ted Danson.
Yeah, Becker works in opposition to all of his other.
He's such a dick on that show. He's like very Larry David-ish.
It is.
All right, so I'm looking at the movie poster. We got some good pulls here. We got what's his face from PCU and High Fidelity?
Jeremy Piven?
No, he was Jeremy Piven's like right-hand man in PCU, and then he was like John Cusack's buddy who would come in and talk music with him every now and again. A 90s guy, black dude.
I know exactly who you're talking about.
Let me see if I can find his name.
But he's the blind guy.
He's blind. Oh, okay.
In the show, yes.
That's talking
in
about
the show.
Oh yeah. Okay, so I'm looking at it. Yeah, okay. I never seen the show. I'm just looking at the characters.
But
it was a CBS thing. It was super interesting. Like in that, it was such a break from the Sam Malone Cheers archetype.
Yeah,
you know. By now, people who are checking this out are wondering why we aren't talking about this movie, and the answer is that Becker is better than this movie.
Becker is so much better than Baywatch.
I don't know. We might have dissenting opinions. Not on my side, but
ShrapKnel enjoyed the movie.
Are we talking about Becker? Because I'm going to take a bong if we're going to start talking about the movie.
We're going to start talking about the movie. You might as well go ahead because.
Enjoyed the movie. We thought it was well written. It had
whoa. He said well written. I said I thought it was better than I expected it to be, and I was like dreading it a little bit, and then.
So wait, did we give you 2 movies in a row that you liked? This whole thing has gone sideways.
Great soundtrack. actually. Very
Soundtrack is a funny word to use for what happens here.
Yes.
day.
The story actually has dots that kind of connect. Yeah, it was
Mhm,
a cheap villain, but the story made some sense.
It had a plot.
Even why they were so nosy and investigative, sitting at picnic tables, saying, "Hey, we have to investigate." His constant battle with Yahya Mateen was like Peter Griffin and the chicken. It was great. Some really good stuff in here. This
Yeah.
Efron
was pretty good.
Anybody running tally, and I wish I did, of all of the names he called him other than his name.
Yes.
My favorite. Do you have a favorite? My favorite is Baby Gap.
Baby Guy was good. I really actually enjoyed Bieber.
Did he call him
because he didn't call him Justin Bieber, he just called him Bieber.
Yeah, he said Bieber. That was
funny. Bieber was funny.
I liked One Direction and High School Musical. High School Musical, obviously, because of his own background,
because he was in there, yeah.
Because he's a Disney kid. So I thought like that's a good joke.
Yeah.
He called him Jonas Brother, which is funny because the villain is the wife of a Jonas brother. So
Oh, yeah, I didn't pick that one up. But.
There's some gags.
There's bits.
I think that the cheesy dialogue works because they know it's cheesy and they're delivering it cheesy, and then they get back to whatever. Like the running gag with Zac Efron, you know what I'm saying? Hey, O-Town, and it's like,
yeah, O-Town is good.
O-Town. Actually, might be the best cut.
I take it back. O-Town is the best.
That's a center cut gag.
Ooh, and especially because they've transplanted Baywatch from California, where it was on the TV show, to Florida. This is Florida.
I figured it had to be, but I didn't know for sure.
Because he had the same name. He had Mitch. So wait, when he sees Mitch, and I'm not jumping, is he really there, or is that like a vision?
Okay, that's 100% something we wanted to ask. Yes.
$1 million question to this.
I believe he's a vision,
but he stops the customer from interrupting him. So you go So if it is a vision, then that means the Hasselhoff comes across everybody who's in the vicinity.
Wouldn't that be very Baywatch? Is that everyone can see the ghost?
Yeah.
When Hasselhoff time, you can see it.
Yeah.
Exactly. But the guy in the store, he needed to see Rock. You're wearing shoes. You know what I mean? But other times, you might just be at, life. What is what are they called? Lifeguard Station 1, and he might say something bad. And you're like, who are you talking to? Oh,
Yeah. I think the thing with this, if we're going to work through this theory of whether or not David Hasselhoff's Mitch, the mentor in the credits, is real or a figment of The Rock's imagination. I don't think he's a figment of The Rock's imagination. Okay. I think he's more of an apparition, a spirit
of Baywatch.
Like you're saying that there's a
Baywatch past,
realm in between where this person came out from fiction to be in the real world to inspire the real Mitch.
Stella's dot. Is there?
Because if that's true, that's fucking sick.
Did anybody die in canon in Baywatch? Like accident? Did they let us?
Really good question.
Way because that person would also acquire this Baywatch guardian angel entity. Yeah. And they would look to whoever that was. I don't know if the series.
Yeah.
When people left the show,
it's like a mistake.
I know that guest stars would die sometimes.
I don't know. Yeah, Jeff, I'm wondering if when people left the show naturally.
No, and so I can answer this. When people left the show, they were given there were reasons they left the show, and when they were mentioned again later, it was, how is CJ doing? Oh, she's still on Broadway working on this play or something.
Gotcha.
Nothing tragic, nothing like.
So it wasn't ever a big tragedy thing. I don't think. I haven't watched the whole show in a long time, but
I think it would have made that would have been a part of the show if somebody did say drown per se.
Yes.
Leave that in, we would know whether it was running off. So okay, so anyway, that leads us down the way of maybe not. We don't, because if the Haas is there, he didn't help. He helped.
No. He was there to inspire, not to hands on.
Like say somebody's knocked out and the Haas comes in hey, get up. This is Baywatch. That's a little bit more interfering on some
right.
Yeah.
So I wonder if Mitch could kind of touch or move objects. Is this a Patrick Swayze and Ghost situation?
No. I think we're talking about astral projection here. I think that's what we're looking at here. Because I think
Mitch is back at the original Baywatch, and he gets Zen and he projects himself out to where there's new Baywatches.
Yeah.
And they didn't go out of their way to make him look younger or anything. Like he looked like he looked.
Right,
He's
right.
like, this is me now.
Look, hey, they didn't like make him like he didn't have a shirt off. He's wearing a Hawaiian shirt. He wasn't in like prime Bay. They didn't have him running slow mo in the distance behind them.
No.
So I don't know. I don't know, guys.
Yeah,
I'm with Gary on this. He's turned me on this. I think it's astral projection.
I think we're talking about astral projection or some sort of, and again, forgive me for bringing the Marvel Cinematic Universe element to this, but this is a multiverse of Mitches. You know, we're dealing with Mitch Buchanan across.
So like all this credit that the new Spider-Mans get from like bridging gaps.
So
Baywatch did that shit 10 years ago, dog. Get out of my face with this.
And actually, Mitch's real last name from the show is that did they give
Buchanan.
him, or did they give him the last name to make him a little different, Mitch? Or
No,
they're both Mitch Buchanans.
Okay, guys, I was trying to see, like Bruce and David Banner. Like I didn't know
exactly. No, they didn't pull. They didn't pull a Lou Ferrigno on us. They absolutely did.
Where do you live? This is a hot debate. This is so much better than talking about the movie.
Is Mitch Buchanan like Dalai Lama? Like, is that what?
I'm listening.
Is that?
I mean, they call him the mentor in the credits for a reason.
Is that a theory? That can we get that one going? Or
I mean, we could. I'm going to explore all theories about how this goes because anything to break down to talk about this on a cosmic level.
Is she her character's name? I don't. Was she playing?
Which one?
When Pamela Anderson comes at the
yes, she's CJ. Yes, but they give her full name. It's like Casey.
Casey Jean. Casey Jean.
She's been in Hawaii, right? That's what they said. Like,
which is canon. Which is canon.
That's where Knights was.
Interesting. I think we're the same birthday.
The new CJ was playing Pamela Anderson. CJ. Okay, I didn't know. Okay. Yeah. Didn't know that. Okay.
So,
but those are the only two. The rest of them don't have this connection.
Have any older name brought them into?
And the worst part is like
no, you're mistaken there. Most of the characters we meet who are in the main characters are versions of the characters from the TV show.
Okay.
I read it's like from like season 3, season 4.
Oh, so not the main ones, but maybe a couple iterations.
Not the first iteration.
So like Summer as a character from the show.
Right.
Rob Hubel's character as the chief or whatever. His version of a character. Yaya.
I know Stephanie is
the cop from
Stephanie was on the show to the bitter end. From beginning to end, Stephanie is there.
Stephanie is a character. Like they're using the names.
They have this on again, off again in the show. Stephanie and Mitch.
Yeah.
And then in the actual movie, they didn't have they had one moment where they kissed to
no
cops.
Thing. They gave him really no romantic.
None.
I liked. They gave him to the other characters. Was Zac Efron's character original? Was he a Baywatch character brought forward?
Matt Brody is a character. Matt Brody is a character there too.
Okay, that's kind of clever. That's kind of
good. Yeah, I couldn't remember all the names, but I went back and as I started doing my my research as I did these things.
But it's just interesting to put out a movie with a fresh coat of paint, but still give some nod to the old Baywatch heads that really went in for the show. And knowing they're going to see a movie that really has nothing to do with the old show, but
do you think that people watched this movie that liked the show? Like,
I think out of curiosity, you probably got a batch of people, because this was a cultural phenomenon thing. This made
absolutely,
yeah. No, I recognize the importance of Baywatch and how internationally huge Hasselhoff has become. Well, he also had other things that he did, but I think it was a majority of people.
Baywatch was the show was culturally important for a real number of reasons. One of which, it was new to have pornography at your fingertips.
Mm-hmm.
And it was still very much something that people watched to be for hot people.
Yeah,
this was a model show, like Models Inc. or
VIP.
90210.
VIP.
This was about watching hot people interact and do heroic things. This was about hot people. And the one thing that Baywatch, they moved the names over, which is, one of the easiest things to do in the world. But what they also did was they moved the hotness over.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Everyone was cut and fit and ready to roll.
You know what it makes me think
except
of? What? Exactly.
For this mysterious, needless Ronnie character.
I love
and we're going to have to get into Ronnie.
I love
John Bass.
I love Ronnie. This is what it made me think of a bit. I'm a little older than most folks here. I always say that. But like I remember when I used to watch The Love Boat, and there was a certain level of gorgeousness, or Star Trek else that had that film behind them when they would do the camera and this person looks like smoking. But I remember The Love Boat, when they would introduce them, they would always be like some of the most jet-setting celebrities would pop up on the show, like Miami Vice or whatever. But also the women would be very done up, very good-looking women. Fantasy Island, not so much. Not so much, because I was like people's fantasy, so had some ugly mugglies on there doing their thing. But
there's some hot folks coming on there too.
No, most definitely. But I think The Love Boat.
I'm with you. The Love Boat was specifically a show in a way to like, if you were on a very conservative show and people weren't seeing that you were hot for whatever reason, you could parade over to The Love Boat, be in a bathing suit, and everybody be like, damn, I didn't even know she had it like, or he had it like that.
Bartender, he would get trim, which I didn't remember because I was a kid. When I'm watching later, like, they have innuendo and they're saying things like Diane Lane is on, like, Diane Carroll, is on there. And you're seeing them give each other eyes. And I'm like, oh, he getting trim. You know what I'm saying? Not just big cat. So, yeah, it's, things of that nature. So, yeah, so I think definitely we're talking show and a theme of beautification when they come on the slow motion. They played into it. I love that they played into some of the campiness.
Absolutely. It is hot as hell through this movie.
Well, John Bass, the goofy character. Yeah. That's the actor's name. And because I just looked it up because I was just watching Newsroom. And he's an annoying character in Newsroom who like takes over the digital department and just like
correct.
You guys seen the show?
Yeah.
So have you ever seen Newsroom? You're muted.
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, you're good. You're good.
Oh, I thought you were talking. My bad. You never saw Newsroom? Okay. But yeah, that's that the goofy guy from Baywatch. He plays his bit part there. But I just watched it and I was like, oh, this fucking guy. And then I don't understand his purpose other than comic relief, I suppose. But I don't know.
It's a comedy.
Yeah.
Well, this is the comedy. Here's the thing.
Getting the girl, but the girl being into him early.
Yeah, she was. Yeah.
Can have to work around. She's into him early. She sees his manhood a little bit, but she's into him early. She he's coming back for the competition. So I like that. So it wasn't a bunch of, there was awkwardness, but then they shot right to it. Like I think there was some awareness to the awkwardness because he shot right to it. I'm gonna help you get your dick out. Like it wasn't like, oh, be quiet, don't Hannibal Buress.
That scene was long. It was really long.
Yeah.
Something About Mary.
No pun intended.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was very something about Mary.
It was very something about Mary. That scene went on too long too for me, but like generally this one was, I think, even longer.
The thing for me is that this film starts out and there's a tone, and I was not prepared for the tone.
The big explosion in Baywatch block letters in the beginning, like the first thing.
So that happens.
Opening.
The Rock. I mean, first of all, the Rock starts rescuing this person before they're in danger because he perceives that this person will be in danger, and immediately jumps down and starts heading towards the water. Person's still up in the air on their little moment. They haven't gone down into the water.
Yeah, they haven't lost it.
Not yet. The timing. I noticed on the second watch. I'm like, oh my shit. He hasn't even. The guy's not in danger just yet. He foresees the danger.
Yep.
Love it. I personally was at the edge of my seat off the motorcycle off the pier. I was like, okay, we're getting it.
That was cool.
I didn't know that the movie would jump. I thought it would be very campy for like a whole. They get into
the action scenes were, they were campy in their like dialogue and their approach and stuff. But shit blew up. They blew some shit up, and some people fell off some wild shit. Wild stuff happens in the movie.
Fire on water is hard, so I wasn't too mad at the fake fire and the little fake embers. Because fire on water is very difficult. So whatever. But them swimming.
I enjoyed the boat scene, minus the fact that like the woman kind of like makes a wild pass at him.
No, fuck you. Fuck you. That's my favorite part of the movie. That's my favorite part of the movie.
It's saving people.
He goes, maybe another time.
Have to battle them from being scared just the same. Like that's real as hell. Yeah.
The two Latina party girls on that boat.
Oh yeah.
Didn't know what was going on.
My favorite character of the film, because honestly, I will get into at some stage in this conversation my issues with this film and what I think the fundamental problem is. But I genuinely laughed at two lines that they give. It's just they are so good at these fucking things. One is when she's radioing to the tower, and she's like, my position is in the ocean.
The ocean, yes.
That hit.
Gringo is my yes, and she said something in Spanish right after. Yes,
that hit. I laughed my ass off. And then the next time she says, after they've been rescued and they're basically back on land, and they overhear Mitch talking about how if we weren't there, these people would have died, and she shouts, "We could have died."
Yes, that was perfect.
I'm too young to die.
That was so good. Like,
and Rock's response, to be fair, is pretty good. Where he's like, "I know you won't."
But then she said something about before he jumped off the boat, something about you can take me now or kiss me. He's like, another time.
Yeah.
Time. Like throws her off the boat.
That to me was but it was also to me like the best balance of the absurdity of the original show. Mm-hmm. Of the kind of rescues they would do and the things that would happen, and sometimes the person you rescued became a romantic thing or whatever. But like,
of course,
between that and the humor they were trying to infuse into this,
I will say this: there was a dialing a couple of notches up on the dial when they were killing people like quicker than I was realizing they were going to kill him. Yeah, because he was just talking to Hannibal, and then they're putting the chum on his back. I said, and the congressman who was like, "Oh, I thought they were beating him up." And next thing you know, he's unconscious on the boat on fire. I remember looking, I said,
already dead. Yeah, they didn't play around. I like the scene where the woman's kids fall, which is the motorcycle chase. And she just keeps screaming, my kids, save
and he doesn't even realize anybody else is in the water. She's like, where's the other two? He's like,
the other two? What are you talking about?
I like that scene too. I like that scene too because I like that it's that again feels very classic Baywatch. That feels like the kind of thing that happens. I mean, they add some humor to it, but like it is the idea of the like rush to save the kids. Like I can't tell you how many episodes where that is exactly what happened. So like,
listen, and everyone they save in that show when it's about saves, because later in the show it becomes about like adventures. Mm-hmm. It's less like going out and helping somebody who's drowning as it is we need to explore this cave to find the bomb that's supposed to kill the senator. Like it's nuts. It's completely off the rails. But when it was about saves, they're almost always unconscious, it feels like. No matter what's happened, they're unconscious and they're like brought to, and the first thing they see is the hottest human being they've ever been associated with in their life. And then they're in love. It's over.
It's a blessing. It's a blessing, and that's what's great. That's what's great about it.
I was kind of hoping for more of that. Like you need to build to the like burning boat. You need to build to like these murders, but there was no building there for this.
No, the murders were very. When I seen Uncle Jerome kill Hannibal Buress, and I was just like, this just happened too fast. They went from the boat. We didn't even spend time on the yacht because now we're in the fireworks.
We spent very little time with Hannibal that he wasn't talking about his friend's penis being caught in a chair.
Right. We did not get like enough. And I think this is a problem. Right? This is a problem of editing. This is a problem of editing, which this film has a problem with. This film is nearly 2 hours long.
But then it seems like everything is so quick. Like we have the quick,
every death feels undeserved or not in the right timing. Like it sounded to me like the councilman had 2 chances, and I know that we know the timeline of this film very clearly because it's you go there and it's the qualifiers, and the second act of the film is like basically 3 days at most.
Okay.
They're trainees.
Well, we got to get, and then we have, and they doing things and investigating. And then we have to get to when he's fired, and then that's
right. That's act 3. He's fired. More time passes, but they were trainees during.
This bothers me. If they were trainees, were they getting paid to solve this crime?
Well, not for this, but they were getting paid because Homeboy made it alluring about I hired you. You worked for me. He was saying that
while they were.
I mean, I know they were hired, but like,
part.
is it like a thing in like waiting tables where the first week you don't really?
You don't
Like,
get,
you don't get
waiting
the
for a
tips.
pay,
You get
waiting
like
for a pay
like
cycle
an
is
hour.
one thing, but I think I'm assuming they're trainees, but they're hired as trainees, not
Okay,
like probationary.
okay.
Yeah, I think there's
I would have been
there's
really mad
paperwork.
if I solved a crime
Yeah, it's a lot. That's a
and
lot
I don't
to
get
do.
paid.
And you're
Baywatch isn't
volunteering.
a family. You're calling it a family, my man.
Yeah, you're not getting college credit.
But
That's a
I'm not
lot to
eating.
do. That's a lot to do on merit. Respect.
But that timeline makes it seem like the councilman goes maybe a day between I've almost got everyone together to there's just one
I just need a
holdout.
little more time. Like, well, it's
all
only
right,
been
let's
24
Now
hours.
you're dead.
Well, let's assume that he had people when he came and asked for more time. He had most of them, and then he came again on the boat where he's getting all the threats. So he's like, have one like holdout. So maybe
operation is shoddy.
while they're doing the trials and things, he's working on politicians.
Yeah. This operation is shoddy. You can tell it's shoddy because the reason she has to kill these people is they're like, I want more money.
Yeah.
Well, she didn't want to kill everybody, only Chen. She was just convincing everybody.
Right. The other two were
the murders were sloppy. The
other two threatened to blackmail her because it would be extremely easy to blackmail her because this plan is crazy.
Yes, agreed.
And there's a part of this movie too where like people are actively trying to explain to the lifeguarding world that what they're doing is unnecessary. That this isn't real, like you're not in real life. This is crazy talk.
And they do say that a little bit, like when they do say we are,
which is awesome.
Yeah, we're lifeguards. We're not the cops.
Yeah. Zac Efron was the voice of reason actually in a couple scenes
until he got drunk,
and then he got drunk and yeah.
But Zac Efron
he got drunk and told the truth, and then we were supposed to be mad at him about it because telling the truth is bad in this movie. Don't tell the truth.
But Zac Efron in that scene where they're having lunch outside, which is the one where they the real meta commentary moment.
When you really know that they're investigators, even against their boss's wishes. Yes.
So they're doing that, like during that, and he is, again, you said the voice of reason. He's, in my view, he's the voice of the audience in that moment.
Yeah.
Where it's like we're sitting there being like, okay, at some point it's like you're lifeguards though. Like you're like super buff, super attractive, super cool lifeguards. You're not police cops. So what's going on here?
I love Rob Hubble explaining to them over. It's like, I don't know how many times I have to tell you guys that you have no jurisdiction. You like they use jurisdiction more in this than like Law and Order episodes. It was crazy.
It's true. Yeah. So they poke at the very absurdity of the show. Where they fail is that they take it, in my view, is they fail by taking it someplace else where it shouldn't be. Like this should not be an edgy, gross out comedy. There's no reason for that to be part.
But there's always the assumption that, like in the series, let's take it, that there's real life, there's real danger, there's real crimes, and nobody's like, what the hell are y'all doing? So the movie is doing a little bit of, what the hell were y'all doing? Why are y'all always stumbling into
what's going on here?
You know, it's like I mean, it's a bad comparison, but like Inspector Gadget, but also Penny and the Dog, and it's like, what are y'all doing?
But there's a real investigation going on too.
Yeah, what's really good? Why, and then we tell the cops at the end. We watch cartoons, Scooby Doo, and all that. We watch cartoons where they invite the cops because cops are bumbling at the end. But in real life, like for real. Hold on, stop, Rock. Stop, Mitch. Let's call the cops and give them whatever this little information that like they're in the morgue. They're sneaking, they're dressing up.
No, my favorite moment like that is when he's over a body and he's like taking notes on it with a recording device.
It's like take this down. Remember,
subject is 6'1", like
he was saying that at the
and the cop was like, "What in the are you doing?"
And they pull the councilman out of the water, and then Yaya shows up. Rock is already saying, "Take this down." He's about to like give.
He's about to give him all his notes,
and then he's like, "Wait a minute, stop, hold on." The Yaya and Rock, that's actually really good because I'm guaranteeing you that
I wanted more of that.
That was unscripted. It was probably just riff and improv and just build off each other. But there was that constant thing because even they had the moment about you people. It's like,
that was.
And they say, "I got your back," and they dapping each other up in the midst of
like on the side where we're cool, but like in this argument we're not cool, but like.
But then also
respect.
You people lifeguards, so he was doing both. He was doing both. I know why you're saying you people, you feeling the family, but it's not really for you. You're not brown enough. You can say that, you know.
He's like, no, you're just tan.
I will also say Rock was leaning into his people of color role. He did mention Brown a couple of times, the yah moments. Some movies he don't bother. He don't bother. He doesn't tan as hard. And he definitely was leaning into.
Are you Batman? He said bigger and browner.
Yes. Yep. So this is also precursor to Black Adam. He's already saying like, hey, I'm gonna be a superhero soon.
In the first 22 minutes, they compare him to Superman, Batman, and Aquaman.
Yes.
I counted.
And this is not the real obstacle course. This is the real one, and that's more Muscle Beach pushing the tire. And he's already
refrigerators.
Tired. Yeah, he's like refrigerators. Give me. He's like,
really refrigerators.
He's really
nothing in the training at any point. Minus there being a CPR dummy had shit to do with lifeguarding. One of them's boxing. And I'm like, what are you?
And I thought it was
interesting
that I mean, they stuffed something in his mouth, so maybe they took away. They didn't They didn't factor in he was a good swimmer when he went down under the water. Like they could have went in like he can't hold his breath and like they didn't do that. They just kind of he was giving up. They did play that like he was giving up.
My favorite plot hole in this thing, which there are a lot, but my absolute favorite is the evil hench folks and the leader agree that the best way to drown an Olympic swimmer or the best way to kill an Olympic swimmer is to drown him.
Drown him, yeah.
Let's drown him. He won't have any physical advantage over a normal person.
He doesn't do underwater holding breath techniques.
He wouldn't know how to hold his breath. He just swims distances.
They have guns
for races.
No, wait,
they have guns.
Gary. No, wait, Jeff. They pointed the gun at him and then pushed the thing off.
And then afterwards, she's like, "Do what you were supposed to do with Chen." And I'm like,
"Yeah, were they going to drown Chen?"
I mean,
you're gonna like, what's up with the drowning? You have weapons at your disposal.
You know,
but they're trying to make these deaths, I guess, look accidental. They mess up each one. They break the neck on the one guy.
Right.
They do better with the chum and Hannibal Buress, but we have marine biologists, trying out to be lifeguards, so they can tell.
Of course. Yeah,
but that wasn't even a thing. One did look like a shark bite because that's what the chum was for. But then the knife wounds that Ronnie noticed. So, but of course.
Ronnie.
But they keep messing up, making these things look accidental. Yeah. Every single one.
I'm also going to say that, I know that from what I've read, they did a gender swap on the villain. It was originally supposed to be a man in that role. And Priyanka Chopra gets she was able to convince them to make her the person for it.
Audition.
And what really pains me is that it could have been a really good opportunity, but her performance of this villain in this very over the top film is flat and wooden.
It was wooden. It was wooden in the sense of this is a Bond villain from central casting. It's nothing. There's no uniqueness to it. It's just what was let's just talk about what was the scheme?
I don't know.
Just selling the Flocka and
no. Apparently, it's more than the Flocka. The Flocka was like a means to an end, right?
To get the whole. She wanted to get the whole beach.
I guess the Flocka was the way that she got to her riches, so then she could buy off people so that she could take over the bay.
Well, maybe the bay would then be like a rich person's Amsterdam, where you could just buy Flocka and be unbothered by police. And
I think that's
because the Flocka just seemed like it added a weird curve that led to her. Like if there wasn't any Flocka, how would they kind of catch her doing it? I was political. Remember, she had the politicians and stuff, so I was a little more political.
Like the Flocka, I guess, is the financing. I guess that allows her to build.
That makes it street level. That makes it washes up on the beach. That makes it beach business a little bit.
Right, exactly. So now it is their jurisdiction. But at the same time, too, it's also like we never see anybody use this stuff. They talk about this drug.
That's very
And it's described as by Mitch as bath salts on meth, which I want to see someone do this thing. They could have found somewhere in these 2 hours to accidentally dose Zac Efron with it or something.
This was a huge problem on the film.
Give it to Ronnie. Give it to fucking Ronnie.
Yeah. I thought the juiced up rock wasn't the urchin. I thought it could have been he took some of the drug or he got exposed. You know what I'm saying? Because that could have worked both in their favor, like just being juiced up.
I think Efron on bath salts would have been a nice, 5-minute scene.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun with that.
I think that where this movie fails, and where something like 21 Jump Street succeeds, is this exact argument. When you give us the drug and you tell us about the drug, we need to see the drug.
Yeah, or like
we need to see it.
People having a bad time, crashing out, and
maybe people ODing on the beach here and there.
Yeah.
Like that's what makes 21 Jump Street so funny is that like people enter this thing on the thing. And you're oh, I know what this is. I know what this is.
Yeah, we just
didn't think. What I thought, like, there's a misconnection here where like they give you this thing about the shit they're finding on the beach that makes you crazy. Like, can't an extract of that be the drug? Like an extract of that can be the drug.
Could be a connection, sure.
And then we know.
They never show anybody ODing. They never show anybody having them. They never show the effect of the drug. They never show they never show like maybe somebody passes out the wheel of a boat.
We get a list
because they're on the drug.
Rock.
Yeah, they're on the drug. They pass out and they almost splash into the pit. There's no consequences of the drug use. It's just the drug presence. It's just there.
Yeah, but there's an antidote also, and that we don't know that until he just sits down and one of the other lifeguards is like,
that's the antidote to the urchin.
That's what I'm saying. Is that there's just an antidote to this thing, but not mentioned.
There's a line in AVR. You hear him say, "Oh, you crazy! You have us carrying this around all the time."
Yes,
it's not set on the screen, and it's like you always have us carrying this around. And then she gets there.
Yeah. I mean, this is the thing: is that's that 80-yard moment of trying to cover up a hole in the story and trying to come up with because here's the reality of this film, and here's what the real concern is they started making this, trying to develop this movie in 2004. So it took them till 2016 to actually start production and start filming this damn movie.
There were more writers on this thing than actors, it feels like.
No, there's 6 credited writers between story and screenplay, and I assure you from everything I've read, they are not the only writers who worked on this over that time. It's just who ends up with it as a screenwriter, the Screenwriters Guild, what their determination.
But it doesn't seem like a jigsaw of a storyline.
It was in development hell, but it's like it just keeps getting rewritten and reworked and rejiggered, and like the people
then
behind
you have people
it,
probably making shit up on site when you're at the this was a highly
what was the criminal plot thin for
film,
y'all?
It feels like
was the criminal plot thin for y'all?
Oh yeah.
I mean, it was
a standard. It was standard.
I mean, it was. I didn't think it was. I mean, kind of. I get what the point is, and you sort of get there, but and I think it was fine for what it was. I think the villains themselves, both Priyanka as well as the two henchmen, there could have been more of that. They could have put people in there because the fundamental thing is that this is a comedy movie that you've populated.
Kind of be a spoof
that you've populated largely without comedians.
It's intended to be it's intended to be a spoof, but it doesn't know what to. But it doesn't know what to spoof.
There's serious acting, like
actors.
There's actors like super baddish. They're acting it. They're a little bit conky, but it's not as far as like Airplane per se. They're still within their roles. I'm still a regular lifeguard. I still went to school, and I know what a shark bite looks like. You know what I'm saying? Like
those people, those types of actors are reading the script versus doing improvisation. And that's the difference between, like, if you had made this one of the, like, in the movie that this could have been at some point during the development process when Robert Ben Garant of Reno 911 and the state was involved in directing, was slated to direct this thing. The character of Mitch Buchanan, The Rock's character, David Hasselhoff's character, was being floated for Bill Hader.
Wow,
which is very different kind of movie. Film. But you could
I think that gets to spoof. I think they actually would know what they were spoofing at that point.
That would have been
you were spoofing the whole line, like especially the house.
Yeah.
An enjoyable movie, I think. Actually, Hader as
it would have been better than this.
But awesome. Now we're legitimately making fun of the house. When you put The Rock in there, and he's taking himself a little super serious. Like, remember, he's not also like overacting. He's like, this is a family with a lifeguard. There's a seriousness of, I'm a lifeguard in this role. You know what I'm saying? Even more so than maybe Mitch.
I think The Rock is in a different film than most of the people.
Yeah.
I think a couple of people went along with The Rock on the action side, and then a bunch of people went on the comedy. Like, the criminals, the issue with the criminals is that it's like Krang with Bebop and Rocksteady.
Yeah.
Like they're very cartoonishly stupid. She's like, "You dunderpates, like come with me.
Like they curse.
I'm gonna be one of these
Rock
days."
curses out
Like it's so
Zac
stupid.
Efron pretty early.
Yes.
The girl says, "I don't give two single." Like when they're cursing that early, I don't have any fucks to give.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, this is a little more realistic than
Yeah.
rim shot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's a shame. It's a shame that most of the comedy does not flow that way as you'd hope it would.
Yeah, because it's there though. When we see them do it kind of right, there is some stuff that's there. The banter between this is the beginning stuff with Zac Efron and all of that tongue in cheekishness. Like he's the bad boy, but he's the vomit comic. All that good shit.
It was interesting that in the scene where he kind of shows that everyone loves him and he's this man about town, and he jumps on the basketball court and blocks a shot. Those are two famous NFL players, not NBA players.
And they were. You caught me on that.
Weird.
Wait, make that make sense. Weird.
You couldn't.
Who were they? Who were they?
Arian Foster and Vernon Davis. They were like in 2017. They were pretty good players.
What teams?
They would be known. Yeah.
Were one of them a Super Bowl winner, or they were just
49ers
49ers and Houston Texans.
Yeah.
But no connections to say Miami or anything like that.
Well, I was gonna say, were they like rock peoples? Like, why would they be in the movie?
I don't know. It threw me off at first. I'm like, that's definitely who I think it is. And I checked the credits. I'm like, that is him. And
Does Houston have a bay?
Yeah,
San Francisco has a bay.
San Francisco definitely has a bay.
But again,
I'm trying to search for a reason here. There isn't one, is there?
It has to be like it has to be some agent thing.
Dwayne Wade wouldn't do it.
It has to be. It feels like it's an agent thing. Like this is a little favor. Hey, let me get in your movie. Or they know Rock because again, it's random to make them basketball players, but you need that for the basketball beach thing.
Why couldn't they play touch football or something
on the same? Right.
Touch football.
Intercept the pass. That'd be real easy.
Yeah,
right.
I mean,
and it's random because again, they don't come back. We don't go back to the basketball courts.
Totally odd.
And because we don't go on a run with Rock anymore. Remember, he's a man about town. But after that first one, we don't go on any more runs with him, where everybody knows him.
No, this is in fact the whole. Like that's all we get outside of Mitch, Baywatch Mitch.
Yeah.
Tower One Mitch. Like he's on the rest of the time. There's no other like relaxed time except for there are a couple of scenes where they sit around a picnic table and are like, well, but even then they're working.
They're working. Yeah, they're investigating during that. But the first little run after the big action opening, and it's like everybody knows Mitch, even to subvert the authority of the cops. They're telling Mitch.
It does explain why he is like running after a criminal, and this guy's like, "Here, take my vehicle and destroy it."
I was going to say that. Jeff was like, "Here, take mine. Take
it. Just take this.
mine, Mitch." You know what I mean? So like, everybody's in on it. You're not getting away.
Also,
think about
if that guy had a gun, why was he running from this lifeguard? As soon as that guy strikes me, I'm gonna be like, "Pop, ball game."
So the cell phone. Why they recorded it, but then they could have broken the phone the whole time they were just running with it, but they had to wait till they get to the kids.
Like, why would they need to keep it for any reason? Just like crack it right there and be like, "Peace, we're out."
I thought that she had thrown it to like when the mom called. I thought maybe she had hopefully sent the video to somebody. So when mom called and messed up the
you could do that with 2017.
Nah, that's another part. I'm not thinking. I'm just thinking like. Maybe that was why the mom called because she sent the video off because it just seemed like all of that was for naught because
and it didn't matter in the first place. That was my issue.
It didn't back up to their email or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I had back. Like she could have whispered to Mitch, that backs up to my cloud and me or the whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's not the only copy, but it just seemed like that was just a chase, just for chase's sake because they broke the phone and he got the fight. Oh, the diaper
genie,
the diaper genie. Diaper Genie, I'm always worried about Diaper Genie on the stage, and seeing him just let out, which makes because remember I still wasn't suspecting their boss yet, even when he walked Uncle Jerome out. I still wasn't suspecting the boss was in on it because they didn't. Again, to Gary's point about the cutting, they never showed the boss. I'm not saying you have to with Homegirl. They didn't show it like in a smoky room or like him walking.
She explains it to us at the end. You're like,
right, but they never gave us.
Why didn't we see that scene?
Them. Like just once them sitting out eating and Mitch is always noticing. They have the binoculars. They're noticing things, but they gave us nothing. We don't even know that they were connected. He was on the payroll. Well,
this one reeks of being noted to death by outsiders.
Well, they said because you know what got me, y'all. the firing of Mitch was part of the plan. I was like, when? Like that,
When?
you didn't need it. You really didn't need it because he was
Also,
still going to be annoying and invested.
100% deserved to be fired. A body washed up on the fucking shore while you were out playing cop.
Agreed.
Yeah.
But it
That
just
shit
seemed
is
like,
on
but
you,
remember
my guy. You fucked up.
But then they made it into that was the plan to get Zac the position.
Right.
I was like, nah, that wasn't part of the plan. You know what I mean? Because it wasn't necessary.
So he ends up as a sprint guy, but what else do you think that he could have done? If let's say
that's another time thing, Prem. How much time went by while he was playing sprint guy?
But do you I mean, do you think he seemed to be well liked? Do you think he could have got a better job than the sprint guy? I don't know.
Well, it seemed like he was struggling because he was a greeter. He was being a greeter. And he didn't know anything when he was selling it to that guy. He had no information. He was just mentioning tech terms.
The sprint interaction
was that just a sponsorship?
I wish we had gotten absolutely. That was just an excuse to plug Sprint.
Yeah,
100%. But I really wish that we had more of him being The Rock in action with customers because that shit would have been funny.
Yeah,
him not knowing shit, but also selling things.
Hitting rock
the 2-hour runtime, didn't seem like there was time. Didn't seem like there was time for that. It would have been cool to have a montage, but it did seem like to make it short was important because we had to get him back on the playing field. We had to get him back on the board.
It was also already 2 hours long.
Yeah.
I was pretty surprised the movie was over 2 hours. I was like, I don't know how's this gonna happen. But,
And I get the Deus Ex Machina, him coming and saving Zac Efron at the last minute. But again, there's a little disconnection. Like we didn't even see him leave the sprint job. Like I have something to do. Like we heard him talk to the Haas, but that was just to get him slippers.
Because he's also absent. Because he then becomes absent for a good chunk of film. We stopped relying on or expecting him to be anywhere. Other than you can get him on CB.
Say it on the CB.
Yeah,
but we don't even see it like his CB swinging in his apartment, like the CB like he heard it or so. We get nothing. We get nothing until he shows back up.
Yeah.
So there's definitely some cutting room floor stuff. It probably was just for pacing.
But they included them making out.
The only Ronnie and the homegirl, which was kind of
the Rock and
underwater.
Oh yes.
They're kissing for some reason. I really didn't understand.
He was giving him oxygen. Jeff.
Yeah. But then he laughs at him like, "Ha, gotcha."
Now here's the camp underwater, and he's saying "fuck," but through bubbles. So there's the camp. He's saying "fuck" through the bubbles. They're talking underwater.
Yeah. Jeff, like, what you just got your life saved, and you're like, ew, man, fuck out of here! Come off it. That shit sucked, Gary.
It was a different
underwater
time.
While they're doing it. Saying,
it was a different time in America. Okay, 2017. Homophobia in comedy movies.
That's literally the line. 2017. Right after that. Literally that's the line.
2017 is the Harvey Weinstein year. I think that's the timeline. Don't quote me on everything. I think 2017 was the beginning of the.
I think we're right on the money. That's literally the line with a lot of things.
We got a Me Too moment. And this was like a Memorial Day weekend,
Curious, was this also? I'm trying to do my timeline. Did this come out when that stupid Total Recall and RoboCop remakes came out?
Before this is I think in that same range. I started to try to map out the reboot situation.
That's what I was curious
of the 2010s, and I don't have those handy, but I can tell you because this is like especially I looked specifically into the reboots of TV shows as movie properties. Because that was a real phenomenon that kind of starts in the 2000s. Like we're talking about like Mission Impossible and Star Trek kind of has their jumps there, but like 21 Jump Street. You got like 21 Jump Street, and then obviously 2 years later for 2024 we get 22 Jump Street.
Right.
You got the Equalizer movies.
Yes.
But like you started the 2010s. You started the 2010s with the A-Team.
Yes, and I like that, but it was also a stretch. There's no original 18. They didn't put Mr. T in it. They just recast the whole thing. There's no like old guy, playing a janitor.
Yeah.
They didn't even do that.
I absolutely refuse.
I watched it. Look, when the van is falling out the sky and they're using the tank to fire, that was rough. They were using a tank to stop free falling. So they're firing off tank rounds and it's shooting them up, and they're firing off tank rounds and it's shooting. Just this wacky science.
Look, I'm a big Joe Carnahan
God.
fan, the director of that film. I'm a big Joe Carnahan fan. Narc is one of my favorite movies.
Narc's a
Smoking
jam.
Aces. I love Smoking Aces.
Smoking Aces is great.
So like
Not Smoking Aces 2.
Not two. No, we don't acknowledge two. But like I fuck with Joe Carnahan heavy. Like he's done some really cool stuff, and I appreciate his work. But like a lot of people tried to turn these TV shows into movies. So like you have like Chips. Chips came out in
I
2017.
remember that. I remember that.
The movie had some gags.
Power Rangers came out in 2017. Before that, they did Dark Shadows in 2012. The Tim Burton Dark Shadows.
Yeah.
Nutty Professor.
Nutty Professor, you got that. But then at the end of the 2010s, so in 2019, they did. I don't know if you guys remember this. They did a Charlie's Angels reboot. Another movie reboot
After the Lisa Liu and them. They did another one.
Yeah.
Yes, they did.
I missed that. My memory blended it.
Yeah, they updated it. It's got like what's her name from the Twilight movies? The star.
The main girl? Oh,
yeah.
Her. Okay. I don't know her name.
Unfortunately, I've never seen one of those films, but I know. But I
watched the very last one. I watched the very last one.
Motherfucker.
Starts with a K, right?
Like
she used to be with Pattinson. Kristen Stewart. Kristen
Stewart. Thank you. So
she was a good horror movie actually that had like a bit of a serious tone to it. So don't rule her out entirely.
Okay. I mean, I know people like her in things like there's like she's in like essayist films like Personal Shopper. They really liked her in that. Like she's gotten some like respect. She's got a lot of respect for kind of doing some interesting films. And I know I think the last thing I saw her in was that like what was the film that A24 put out that was about like a gym in the middle of some dead end town, and like Ed Harris plays her dad, and
I don't know this one.
There's like a bodybuilder component to it, a female bodybuilder component to it.
Who were the other two angels? Oh,
I gotta look that up, honestly.
Oh, okay. No, I was just wondering if they were like, was it a contemporary black girl? Was it like
they pulled? I mean, the point was like they basically had been like, we've done a reboot of this before for movies. Let's try it again, except this time we're gonna really like make it.
Because the first one was really Hollywood and Flash with
hugely. So it's like Kristen Stewart. You've got Naomi Scott and Ella Balinska. So
I have to see Balinska. I have to see, but I'm
it was definitely like kind of speaking generationally to that point, as opposed to like our Cameron Diaz. Or
was it like Widows?
No, I think they were trying. I think they made it. It's less campy, but I think they were still trying to make it sort of in that vein. But it's it's in that period of time.
She's in Adventureland, and that
so like the middle
of all.
She's also good in what's that other one? American Ultra.
Yeah,
she's great in that one too. Though that's a great stoner movie. So yeah, I mean, and I think that really kind of to take it back to Baywatch one last time, and we can be done with this. I think there's a lot of flexibility when you have this old IP and you can try to make something new with it. But like, and I want to go, and really I'm trying to want to finish this because I want to point out, like, financially in the US, this was not a successful film.
Okay.
It basically I mean, keep in mind all the development stuff, like they're working with a budget, and they basically.
What run of rock films is this? Like, what does he do? What do you do before and after?
Okay, that's actually really good. I have that here too.
I think a lot of people have forgotten, and we're going to get into this in a second. I know, but I think a lot of people have forgotten truly how bad rock movies were. For a long time before you got Jumanji is in there. You got.
I'll give it a full list, man.
Yeah, go ahead. But like, I can remember off the top there was a terrible G.I. Joe movie in there.
That one was bad.
Yeah, man, that thing was unwatchable.
Was that G.I. Joe: The Rise of Cobra?
Yeah, that thing sucked.
The second one, the first one was good, but the second one was horrible.
His run. So now he's been in movies now for about 2.5 decades at this stage. Now in our time. So but we were maybe this is like a decade and a half into his career at this point, like transitioning from wrestling or doing both for a bit. So like 2001's The Mummy Returns. He starts out, followed a year later by the Scorpion
King, which is
thumbs down.
Then he does a run of movies in the 2000s. Be Cool. He does the Doom video game movie adaptation.
That
Thumbs
was
down.
okay.
Southland Tales, which is one of the most batshit films ever.
Thumbs down.
The Donnie Darko follow up. Gridiron Gang, The Game
That was
Plan,
okay.
Down. Thumbs
Game plan,
down.
no.
Race to Witch Mountain, like.
No.
But then
Missed
everything.
it. I missed that one somehow.
But Castro, to get to your point, is the 2010s. Everything changes.
Right.
2011, he does his first Fast and Furious movie, Fast Five,
Excellent film.
and he does
is
four
Ram-
more.
Is Rampage and the other one, the skyscraper one in this?
2018. They're after this movie.
Gotcha.
So he ends up
And
doing
even
like,
with my love of Fast and Furious, it's it's
He's
not
he's
as
a
if
tertiary character. He's not at that point.
sort
He's
of
coming in like
that's always sort of been his thing, is that he's not one of the main people, but he's there to help.
yeah.
Like they've turned him into an ally, and at some point he'll jump
But
in.
at this point, because we're comparing, he's still not as successful with the action movies as Vin Diesel is at this point.
Right.
Vin Diesel has Pitch Black. Those things, Triple X.
and
Those
he
things
had
are
a
working.
run of stinkers. He gets the Fast and Furious roles,
And then
which makes it
fixes
fun,
Yeah.
at least,
the
But
2010s.
they're not like particularly incredible.
But
films
just as
per se. They're my favorites, but like
But just
for
being in
reasons.
the action genre and being cast as that, he's doing a little better than The Rock is at that point.
Yes,
because he's
absolutely
getting
he
more
is.
serious action, sci-fi,
Triple
jokes,
X,
whatever.
all that stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying.
And
yeah.
The Rock really starts to play in the 2010s into like he'd been doing some sort of family friendly stuff, but he really leans into that and the action stuff very heavy. So like he does for the grown-ups, he's doing the Jumanji reboots.
Mhm.
He's
Right.
doing those. For the kids, he's in Moana, 2016, 2015.
Yeah.
So to me, and Moana, I can say this is
That thing is
that's the best Disney movie.
That's
I've ever
the best movie, period.
I didn't watch
I haven't seen it, but guaranteed it's the best movie he's in, period.
Yeah, 100%.
When it came out.
Oh wait, is
That was his best
is
performance.
any
It was his most beloved
Expendables?
performance.
Is any Expendables?
He's
pop?
not an Expendables.
He's not in
Expendables.
that. I'm sure he will be.
Oh,
I mean,
oh,
keep it going. If they keep making it, they've got 4 so far. But,
I mean, yeah. And
But,
then
like-
more recent is that reindeer one. I'm just,
yeah.
just those type of things.
The thing is that even having a flop like Baywatch, so it was like a $69 million budget, nice,
Mhm.
and then like a
Nice.
$58 million domestic return.
Oof.
It does 177 million when you add in international. Getting back to your point, Prem, like this.
There's also got to be
Baywatch-
some money in the fact that it's always on when I'm in a hotel.
Baywatch is a cultural phenomenon, so the movie
Right.
did
So
well.
there is gonna
across the seas, even if
big
it
to fail.
lost here, even if it
It was
lost
too
here,
big to fail. That's
it
true.
lost, and it lost here to like the 4th or 5th Pirates of the Caribbean movie,
be. Yeah.
and like Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
So we're still
like,
in sequel. Yeah, we're still sequeling out.
yeah.
Those
so
are
this
winning
was-
out on some of the.
That's where we're at.
Is it, that guy
That's
probably
interesting.
kind of faded too, right? Like he wasn't doing what he, was this a big? I didn't follow his career very closely, but like, what happened to him after this? Like he eventually,
Yeah, which
his start.
then he does Rampage. He does that action movie about the skyscraper chasing his family. So now right after this, he's doing more of the action ones.
He
Even if
becomes
it's
he's
campy.
an action star now.
He becomes an action.
Wait,
guy.
Prem, who are you talking about? The Rock?
I was talking about Zac Efron.
Efron. Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
Zach. Sorry.
Efron. This is where so this is where we get into, and I'm gonna be as kind as I can be in this moment. I'm gonna give Efron some grace, because this is where we start to get into the what's happening to Zac Efron's face situation.
Mm.
So he has
A lot of work done.
again. I'll leave that to the gossip columns, but the point being is just like this is one of the last times you see his face as his
Really?
face.
Okay. I
So-
remember not even knowing him being a Disney kid, so I didn't have a good reference point to watching him that much to see like I noticed like LL Cool J's nose change like that. So I
right,
think
stuff
it's
like
very
that.
similar. Yeah.
If you watch like what Zac Efron's done in some of like say the past couple of years, it's a marked physical.
Because when he played
change.
Ted Bundy, this is before the face change.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, gotcha. Because I like Ted. I like.
Yeah.
I
I'm
like.
looking
So,
at,
like,
looking at
he's
some
the-
before and afters. It's not good.
Yeah, it's really, and there's this is just one of those things where like he's still
When
doing
you
stuff-
when you take the mask off, the game got real.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's just all there is to it.
So it's
But is that like bad advice? Because that has to be Hollywood advice. Like, hey, go
Yes.
my God, hey, check
God.
this out.
I think you're right.
Your lines are looking a little. I saw you in this. Your lines. What do you have a person for that? Yeah, go to my God. Go to my girl. You know what I mean? That's what it feels like.
He looks, yeah. It's kind of it's pretty sad
because it looks secondhand. It looks like somebody told you to go there.
The transformation. That's pretty sad. Yeah.
And so, like, it's in a way, it's kind of nice seeing him in this because he's sort of in like peak form physically.
Yeah, he did.
And he still looks like him.
Yo.
And it feels good.
He had like a 10-pack.
Yeah.
I couldn't understand.
When he's doing the course, you're just
I couldn't understand what I was looking at. I'm like,
but
what?
also
there were like extra trapezoids in that motherfucker.
Seriously,
it's interesting. He got so jacked up for this, and he's not like shirtless that much. It's not like an overabundance of the shirtlessness of Baywatch and swimsuits and stuff.
It really wasn't actually. You're right.
They're dressing up. He dresses like the woman. He's wearing a shirt when they go undercover. So it's not like his shirt was off at one point in the movie. Now his shirt is off. And so
why
that's
was he dressing like a woman? Why did he dress like a woman?
That was his own choice. That was improv. Totally. That was not in the script. Because there was no, because I thought they were going to get into the t-shirts or the little chef thing, like the t-shirt with the logo on it. That's what I thought.
They threw us for a loop. I didn't understand
grooming
that.
us? Is that them grooming? Is that the homosexual agenda?
Maybe it was 2017. Is a different time.
It is. We don't even have the pronoun wars yet.
We don't have anything yet. Yeah, no, it's
we don't have the
beginning of this
triple gender bathroom.
This thing won't woke.
Again, this is the line.
It was not woke.
This is the line, y'all. This literally, because right after that, we like we said, the years and the things that happen after that, and the messages taken out of movies and putting in. This is the line. It's seriously the way even this movie is rolled out, the way they glorifying the titties but not being too much with it. It's an in joke. You know what I'm saying? But
it's a weird movie to end up as an R-rated film.
True.
Yeah, because it wasn't much. But again, they curse early. We don't have fucks to give. You know what I'm saying? They make it serious. Or there's a dick joke.
Several dick jokes over the course of the film.
But they kind of bookend
the hairy nipples.
Yeah, that part, which is probably not perverse, but it's attention grabbing.
It's off-putting.
It's off-putting, and it's like
on purpose. Like it's a joke on purpose.
Yeah. But then one of the Paul brothers, or someone who looks one of the Paul brothers,
was he a Paul brother? I thought
I didn't look it up. I wanted to. Was it?
He was not. But Logan Paul did film scenes for this movie.
Oh, he looked just like Paul. Wow.
He looked.
I didn't even think about that until y'all just said that would hit. But you know what? There wasn't the Logan Paul-ness that would make that role work at that type of cameo. That's now if he was in the movie. Like, that's interesting, y'all. That's very interesting.
That's interesting. But like that whole scene is there specifically to show that Baywatch is looking after this guy. They've got an eye on this guy.
But also it's showing that Ronnie, we're also not taking anybody buff that looks the part.
Right.
You know what I mean? And you're making fun of us. Yeah. And to show homegirl because she was smoking.
Oh, okay. Real quick, just to make sure we have our bases covered. Zac Efron did have a pretty bad accident. Were you aware of that?
Yeah, car accident, right? Yes, he was.
That was again. I didn't want to go into all the details, but like why the things have happened. It isn't just Hollywood pressure.
So we'll give him some, like you said.
Again, I wish the man no ill, so I don't want to say anything unkind of him. Like
that happened like
he was in the beach bum. Anybody who was in the beach bum has a lifetime pass.
Yeah.
So some show some love to that, I guess.
Exactly. No,
appreciate you.
Yeah, thanks for bringing that up because especially like I want to make clear like I'm not interested in making fun of that kind of shit. But there's so much about this film that's
there's cosmetic choices he obviously made with some of his plastic surgery as well too.
There's some stuff for that, and then again, you're talking about somebody who was I don't want to I don't do a psychoanalysis at this stage in the conversation, but just like he was a Disney kid actor. Like that's how many people came out of that thing okay. Like,
wait, they said it in the movie. Homeboy tapped him and said, "Thank God you're pretty." Like that's a real thing.
Yeah,
and he was one of those. Hey, thank God you're pretty.
Yeah,
and then he kind of lost that, like we're saying, with the accident and surgeries. There's a little bit.
So you want to give him some grace, and like I've even some of the stuff he's done more recently. He did a really like kind of goofy rom-com thing with Nicole Kidman that they did on Netflix. I don't remember what it was called, but I enjoyed it. It was fun. It was fun to watch. It wasn't like a great movie.
I like a rom-com. Maybe I got to watch that.
Yeah, you might want to watch that. You might be into that. Right. And it's like an age gap relationship situation, which is very nice. I think it's very appropriate for right now.
I think Efron is fun whenever he's in stuff. Like the stuff sucks a lot of time, but like he's he gets it.
Yeah,
He cracks jokes.
Yeah, neighbors and shit like that. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like,
And like this is not the best Rock. This is not the best version of the Rock, which I guess we're getting with this new movie he's in.
But I think this is a better movie of a lot of that fluff.
Yeah, I think it's more watchable than, say, the Cobra movie.
Yeah.
Which was like human garbage.
And Rampage you can only watch once, y'all. I watch it's
Rampage is hard
doable,
to watch, man.
But you can watch it once. But after the one, but then also like the skyscraper one, I love the Towering Inferno. Like I love that. And then the Poseidon Adventure.
Sure.
So when they remake
I count myself
stuff, I'm okay with it because I could do it again if you change the building and the circle. But it's all Urkel and Carl Winslow stuck in the safe. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is
I count myself as one of the millions and millions of Rock fans. I know what he's cooking, and there was. I do. I smell it. But this was the end of, thankfully, the end of what I call a long bad period of Rock movies.
Agree. Okay.
Where I was like, please make something just make something I want to watch. Because I love you so much and I want to care about the Scorpion King. I want to care about these movies. They're just awful.
Are y'all familiar with the Martin Lawrence rhythm? There was a point in time that Martin made a movie a year, every year.
Yeah, right.
And there were definitely different levels of quality. And the Black Knight got a sequel, I think. I'm not sure. I think it did. Yeah. So like the first one is like a decent. I think it did.
Find out.
A decent idea for the time that they didn't do it yet. But I remember it, and I was like, "Oh, he's steady works." We all know that the actors are unemployed the minute the project stops. So he stays working, and now he definitely has some things going. Thyroid, I think, with the face and stuff. But he did the Bad Boys
too. Yeah.
But this recently was the first couple of times he like skipped a year or two. But I remember there was a time he was knocking out the box. So saying that to see like Rock admittedly became a working actor. So I'm doing projects where I'm staying. I don't take the 3 years off, and then now he did with the new one, the Hurt Machine or the
Smashing Machine.
The Smashing Machine, right? So I think he did take some time. I heard it's really good, and it took some time to get to that role. You know, he wasn't doing a bunch of little things.
This is for me the culmination of having sat through so many shitty Rock movies.
Yeah,
I'm so ready for the ascension
for him to get his one
because I've basically watched him learn how to act over time. There's a certain way.
What's interesting, Jeff?
This is a wrestling podcast.
So I watched Batista be such a natural.
Absolutely.
I watched Batista in the M. Night Shyamalan, Knock on the Cabin in the Woods. I watched him in this one movie we
watched that one recently.
Bushwick, the one Bushwick where he's in like a dystopian New York, and it was soundtracked by A$AP Rock. So I've seen him, and then he's in Tron. So I was like, all right, boom. But he's really
excellent.
Picked it up. Even not even in the Guardian of the Galaxy, he just picked it up. So he definitely wasn't just Triple H and Blade. It was like, hey, give me lines.
The thing that we learn in the timeline of wrestlers turn actors is that wrestling crowds are wildly different than all other crowds. So some people had an ability to come out immediately and know how to act for a different crowd.
Yeah,
Hulk Hogan, not so much. Roddy Piper, absolutely.
Right.
The Rock took a while, but it turned out that he did know how to, he figured out how to do it.
Great.
And then Bautista immediately. Just it's so weird how it the back and forth.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't have picked him.
Some of them
we
just
were blindfolded.
did.
I wouldn't have picked Bautista just based on his WWE character.
100%.
Pretty much standard. They didn't really do anything super special with him to make me think, this guy.
He was just a giant, right? Like he was just a big
bruising guy.
There were some good storylines. There were some bad storylines, but the through line was, if Batista's coming out here, you fucked up.
Yeah, you
fucked up, and you drew the monster, and that's what they were doing with Undertaker for a long, long time.
And Lesnar,
Kane especially.
Yeah, and Brock Lesnar.
Brock Lesnar was another one where
undefeated.
You fucked up. He's coming out here to punish you.
Not necessarily wrestling.
But he's going to punish you.
Yeah, because he got the undefeated ring. Yeah, so just I admire Batista. So yeah, The Rock took a while.
And some of it was roles, but I really believe if you watch the evolution of Rock movies,
Yeah, I
He's been training to do the Smashing Machine and get this role for a long
time. Wait, I was doing it wrong.
Supposedly,
I was going to say that a man apart, but that's
Vin. That's Vin.
Yeah, I was yeah.
Supposedly, I don't know how true anything is in wrestling rumor world, but supposedly he was supposed to come out in the last WrestleMania at the end, and it was going to be fucking wild, and everyone was going to lose their mind, and it was going to move toward this like fictional, like possible match with The Rock in it that he hasn't wrestled in a long time, whatever. And then he got the call for this and bailed. And was like, this is what I want to do. We'll figure something out. Creative will patch it up. That's how we got Travis Scott coming out in WrestleMania.
I've been watching them
walking around for a while and being an idiot and losing and screwing up the whole match.
I've definitely been arm's length for a long time from the early aughts. But I've definitely watched them. And even the recent one where he was like wearing on white, tried to bring back Rock on some mystery big main event and it not working. Like
exactly.
Time or them pulling the plug on it.
So then they finally had this moment that would totally land with wrestlers where like they can carry him in a match. Because he's old as fuck.
Yeah.
Movie magic is making him an athlete at this point. No offense to him. He's an incredible athlete. He's a wonderful person, it seems.
Kick your ass.
Totally. But like some of this like action stuff it's action movie magic. And him moving around the ring old. I mean, we're seeing it with Cena right now, where you're like
for an hour.
Another dude who was like kind of immediately great at this when he jumped to movies. The movies weren't good, but he would come in and do funny
television.
Shit.
I didn't watch it a lot, but the pacemaker where he's able to do that role. I think I learned a lot from Cena when I watched him do interviews not outside of the wrestling sphere. When he's just talking on promo runs and things. Very thoughtful. He takes a second.
100% has more of a sense of humor about himself than The Rock, which gets you over immediately as a wrestler turned actor. And then you can make fun of yourself. Hulk could not do that.
And then everything had to be about how great Hulk was. Which is very exaggerated. It's comical in itself. So it's like, I'm not taking myself too seriously, which immediately ingratiates you to crowds.
And he did that like Tina Fey date night movie where he's a drug dealer. He's great.
And he's funny.
And he's not in there very long, but he's great. And
who else? You know, reminds me of, and this, if y'all know, Blake Griffin is such a natural. It's almost scary how good
immediate personality plus.
TV. He knows humor. I don't even think they have to write a lot for him, but it's uncanny. And because his basketball personality he wasn't like that. Big bruiser, donkey. He was very stoic on the court. He didn't celebrate a lot. He didn't. He would be like, it would be DeAndre Jordan on top of him celebrating.
A lot of times he would yam on somebody and then just be like,
"Yep."
Just like his face just wouldn't even change. He'd be like, "This is what I do."
He has a sense of humor when he was
playing
on tape. When he was on later teams, it's like, "Oh, this guy's a sense of humor." Oh, but he has timing. Oh my goodness, he can do commercials. Like
his interviews are incredible too, and he would like go to in this like kind of WWE way. Would go to interviewers beforehand and be like, "Shit is on. Like it's all on the table. We can make fun of me missing that thing or fucking up off the court, whatever it is. Just like." Bring it. Let's go. It's no big deal. And he would play it off beautifully. He was also a natural. That's like athlete turned actor. Just incredible.
To bring it back full circle, the thing with The Rock is he was at the pinnacle of his one sport. Then he gets into the acting and he's being too much of a try-hard pick-me, like with the Black Adam stuff. He wants to be Bruce Willis and Schwarzenegger and Stallone, but like instantly.
He very much wanted to be Will Smith.
Agree.
I think he wanted like sci-fi action-y.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He wanted this world where he was like an immediate leading man, whereas Cena came out and was like, "Nah, man, I'll do like a 4-minute bit."
There's work involved.
Absolutely.
Schwarzenegger did work. Stallone did work. Smith, Bruce. They have to do the work of the other films to build up when they get the big one. And The Rock was trying to skip steps. Well, Black Adam, he sure was trying to skip steps.
Yeah, you think so?
And get the big blockbuster before. Yeah, but it's just, it not necessarily CJ, just in terms of like the moves made. There wasn't the nice little dink and dunks in between, maybe independent here or a little cameo here. Like, oh, that's cute, clever. Like I remember when when Vin played the Italian guy in the courtroom with the hair, like
Yes.
stuff like that. Those little offshoot. He was trying to hit big homers.
And that was what
And Bruce Willis was a comics actor before all this shit
Sidney
went
Lumet
down.
direct that one? Find
I
Me
think
Guilty?
so. Yeah, there it is.
I think you're right.
I think Sidney, like, so it's, he's also like Vin's working with like a legendary fucking director.
Well, Vince comes from the Stallone era. I'm writing myself. I'm
Yes.
into being a theater and an auteur. I'm
Yes.
not just rock. I came in learning how to play a role. Now I want bigger roles. I think Vince came in on the, they say the classical actor. I did drama. I'm doing the real stuff. I'm going to
being fair to Rock, nobody, even Hogan, nobody came out of WWE with this many adoring, follow you anywhere fans.
Because you had to be a heel or a hero.
Massive pinnacle.
You had to be a heel or a hero. And I think, remember,
he was one of the dudes in the history of wrestling where, like, if you were at an event where he was a heel, which he did a couple of times, short stints as heel.
Yeah.
He, like, people couldn't do it. They really kind of couldn't boo him in a lot of ways.
Oh yeah, he was
like they would start to cheer and then be like, "Oh right."
I remember when him against Stone Cold, and the crowd is literally cheering for both of them, depending on who's
I don't care who wins. I just want to see
that. That was definitely the Attitude Era. That was definitely
he and Stone Cold's last. It was Stone Cold's last match, last WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Which we didn't know as an audience. And Rock is the champ at the time. They have this epic battle. So I think their third WrestleMania, they both won a piece.
Yeah.
I could be wrong on that. I'm bad at like who won what.
I think it was a rubber match.
But I think it was the rubber match. And and it was like truly the crowd was just like, we want this forever. We don't like it. Does not matter who wins this belt.
Couple of
we're gonna pop no matter what.
Yeah. There was a couple of like close calls, so they, stretching the match out. I think they went out the ring and up the dais and back.
It was incredible.
Yeah, it was great.
It was a wonderful match. It was the end of Stone Cold's career, and they had a promo that made out of My Way, Limp Bizkit's My Way, which in every essence, every like atom in my body hates that song. But that promo
but not at that
before
moment,
WrestleMania that they made got me hyper than anything in the history of time. I was ready to run through a wall for either one of them at the end of this fucking promo.
Like, you take your own steps, but again, I think The Rock was trying to skip some. Like, he didn't make cameos on television shows. He wasn't like on Moesha real quick.
Totally. At that point, I don't know that you could do it that way because he was so over and huge. It was wild. It was wild. So they're like, if we put The Rock in it, people, genuinely will come, was the thought, I think.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Hey, PremRock. Who's your favorite wrestler?
Man, I'm the worst person to ask.
He's not in the wrestling.
I had a feeling when you were kind of zoning there. Sorry, buddy.
I didn't have much meaningful to contribute to that.
Fair.
He didn't even watch Glow, y'all. He didn't even watch Glow.
He didn't watch Glow. No, you didn't watch Glow? Because I was going to say
it was on 9 WWR.
I feel like it's like one of them shits you miss. You're either on it or off it, and then like I can't get on later.
When you were adolescent, catching it on, then it became real fiery in your life. You were like 13.
I went over to my cousin's house when I was a kid, and he had all this stuff, and I liked playing with Ultimate Warrior the most because he had the
most def.
Yeah, absolutely. I like the way he,
and there was a video game component to wrestling too. So
I guess like Ultimate Warrior, but I didn't really like the mythology or like any of the lore. So like, I couldn't really. I can't really spar with many.
I wasn't allowed to watch it when I was young. So like the Superstars era is something I've gone back. I've had to go back and watch a lot of it, which is a lot of fun.
Because they've done really good. It's almost like NFL films, the way they do the way back.
It's incredible.
Machines, they really do a good job of.
They restored it all and remastered.
Yeah, just in the voiceover and talking to who's my guy? Jeff, big main guy, tells a lot of the stories. Heyman.
Yeah, Paul Heyman.
Paul Heyman's doing the voiceover. It's pretty good.
I do have a fun little tidbit. Who's the brothers? The Dudley brothers?
Yeah.
Yes, the Dudleys.
Yeah. The Dudley boys.
Yeah. I've called us that.
I worked with the daughter of one of them.
Oh, cool.
Oh
Yeah,
wow.
we worked together for years in Harlem. Actually, he is he's where is he? I guess he's from uptown. I mean, pretty sure Puerto
The
Rican.
worst thing they did was they power
Yeah,
bombed the big
he's
moolah.
big dude. You know.
The worst thing they did was they
Nay.
power bombed the big moolah through a
Yeah.
table and were just stunned, and they just stuck there like she was crashed, and they were just looking off.
It was multiple times. One time off of a stage. Like they dropped down off of a stage. Bubba Ray Dudley, he's very active in the wrestling podcasting world, and he's somebody that pops up in my feeds a lot. And
did the third Dudley, is that canon, or was that just a gimmick of the time?
It was a gimmick. Spike,
the short, yeah, the little short, yeah. Okay,
but I saw an interview with Bubba, and he talked about power bombing old women. He was like,
great.
I was so gentle the first time me and May were in the like same ring.
For any listeners don't know, the power bomb, the person that does it, they take the brunt of the hit. You know, it's wrestling, so they take the brunt of it on their bottom and backside, but it looks like you're slamming.
He was like, I was really gentle the first time we were in there, and as soon as we got off stage, out of view, she rolled up and was like, bullshit.
Wow. But they know when they're selling it. Again,
right, exactly. You next time we do this, you're going to power bomb me through a fucking table, basically. It was like, no, we're not going to play this game where like this is a funny thing.
It's the big moolah. Like, can you imagine where a nerves in her back don't work anymore? Fabulous. I was confused with the big. My bad. Fabulous Moolah's nerves in her back don't work anymore.
Yeah,
can't. You know.
But like the next couple of things they did, the next two spots they did looked incredible, and all of it came on.
Crazy.
Bubba took it all,
years old,
and he's got like the hands to make sure, but it still looked incredible.
The singlet, like she was still wearing like an old wrestling clothes underneath the outfit she was wearing, and they took her to the top rope and jumped off, and he just boom, and he just stood there.
There were some wild.
And they ended the broadcast that way.
There were some wild ass things with the old champions would come back. Really wild shit. There was one with Mark Henry. I think it was him and Mae Young, where she got pregnant as like a 78-year-old in the storyline. And then to like write it away, they have a birthing scene and like a bloody hand shoots out of her.
Wow.
And then they cut the camera and never bring it up again in the history of the fucking WWE.
That was the great about it. They could reset.
Like, goodbye.
What I loved when I realized that, I didn't notice, and I think I realized it with the death of Owen Hart, was the broadcast was one thing, and then the live version was another. And I'm thinking my brain wasn't wrapped around simulcasting and fluffers, meaning like people when they're doing the commercial, there's somebody, their match or something's going on to entertain the crowd, like that type of thing. I didn't even realize all of that. And I'm like, oh, you know what I'm saying? I'm young when I'm really into it, Prem. So I'm thinking, I mean, me and my friends used to wrestle on other people's lawns. I mean, we go to another neighborhood. So we're thinking some of this.
I broke a kid's nose in high school giving him a pedigree.
I smashed my face. Yeah. Listen, doing the camel.
I would have gotten kicked out of school. He lied for me.
Doing the camel clutch, the backbreaker thing, I did it, and my friend kicked his legs back and slammed me while I was trying to set. I wasn't set.
You were setting up.
I was setting up, and he kicked his legs like, don't do it, like, reflex or whatever. And I said, something, bam. And I'd explain to mom. But anyway, these are great wrestling tales, Prem. So yeah, when I was younger, so check this out, y'all. We all came up with our own finishing moves, and I had something called the Hurricane Leg Lock. And it was the figure 4, Prem, which really hurts. And you can come close to breaking somebody's leg because you're putting one person's shin over their other shin and pushing. And it was the figure 4 into the what was Bret Hart's one? The switch make the hitter. What was Bret Hart's with the holding up the leg move? What was that called? The sharpshooter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were talking about Bret Hart? Sorry, I drifted off. Yes.
The sharpshooter. Yeah, so it was a figure 4 into a sharpshooter, but then at the end I was just twisting your ankle. That's turn the ankle till they say, all right, give up.
So you got the ankle lock with that's a wild.
Started the figure 4 and then rolled it over and then pulled them up. But at the end, the main thing was just to twist your ankle right at some point. Yeah.
Well, I think some of wrestling's most spectacular moves are precisely that.
Yeah.
Where like you're going the long way to just like kind of arm drag somebody.
But I will say from experience, the figure 4 is not made up. Don't think that's a real
It'll
thing.
hurt you.
If you lock it, it really can
Yeah.
hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Professional athletes know how to do it without destroying someone's life. You do not.
No.
Yeah.
So
But
there's
anyway.
two takeaways we can give to the audience today. It's the figure four, don't treat it lightly, take it seriously, it's dangerous.
Don't try it at home.
And two, don't reboot Baywatch.
I'll
You
do it.
don't need to.
Don't
What is
reboot
it?
Baywatch.
Can we tell the people that do the Crow that?
Oh, I would love to
No
be
more
able to.
crows. No more crows.
The Crows, you have to just deal with the sequels if you're a crowhead like I am. The sequels
Yes,
are incredibly
but-
awful. But then the reboots.
No.
Oh,
Fucking
thumbs. I wish I had another thumb to give those movies 3
There's
thumbs
only
down.
2 Crow movies that I care about. And it's the
First one,
original
which
and
was
Vincent Perez in the second one.
they went way heavy with the mythology and
Yeah.
too much to me. And then they had
I get it.
Sex Pistol guy in it, right? In
Well,
the
no, they
second
had
one.
Iggy Pop. from
Iggy Pop in the
Stooges.
second one. Yeah, Iggy Pop in the
Stooge.
second one. Yes. There it is.
So that's the world. This is the world that we live in. This is where we thrive.
And Crow sequels.
Hi, Gary.
Oh, you're back from the beach, huh, Jeff?
Every summer's got to end, man.
Yeah, summer
Every
is
summer's got to end.
over. Though Baywatch definitely puts you in a summer mode, just anything to kind of work your way through that 2-hour slog.
Yeah.
And thankfully,
It was a
we had-
slog. I know they liked
Yeah.
it a lot more than I thought they might.
Yeah, they were
but-
good sports about the whole thing.
Yeah, they had a good time. But that movie sucked. That movie sucks.
Guess how many Razzies it was nominated for?
I love this game. 4.
You if this were Price is Right rules, you would be still within the range. 5.
5. I was
5
close.
Razzie. I will tell you the 4 that they didn't win.
Okay, hold on. Can I guess a couple?
Yeah, sure.
Just real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Actor,
Which one?
screenplay. Supporting.
No, which actor?
Oh, Rock.
No.
Let's go with the Rock. I mean, Efron. Sorry.
Yeah, Rock was nominated. Rock was nominated. Efron was too.
Oh, both of them. Okay, so actor and supporting actor.
Mm.
And I'm gonna guess another one, which is screenplay.
Yep.
I knew that would. I mean, that thing sucks.
Yeah.
What
Then
else?
you get good old Worst Picture.
It got all the way up. Oh wow, I would not have guessed.
Yeah, Worst Picture, Worst Remake, Ripoff, or Sequel.
That makes sense. I didn't even know that was a category.
Yeah, and then the last, which is the one they won, was a pretty bespoke category for that year. The Razzie nominee, So Rotten You Loved It. And it won. It won that one. So people thought it was
To
so
be
bad it's
fair,
good.
this thing is apparently eminently rewatchable on your TNTs and TBSs.
It's that kind of movie.
Yeah, it like is always on. It feels like.
The thing is, all those Razzies and The Rock did an acceptance of the Razzie on Instagram or something. Didn't go in person.
Oh,
do it.
really? That's very
He
Rock.
sort of was, yeah, his sort of thing was that. But then years later, he's doing actually no, it was 2024. He does a New Year's Day edition of Monday Night Raw.
Yep.
And he is in a confrontation with Jinder Mahal. This is what I've read.
Yeah.
And that Johnson
That checks out.
so The Rock says to Mahal, "Nobody likes you and you're not funny. In fact, if you were one of The Rock's movies, you'd be Baywatch."
Ooh, I forgot about that.
So he says that.
He's
in
he's also game to get made fun of for stuff like Scorpion King.
Yeah, you know what? And
Like
I
I've seen
appreciate-
people be like, "Is this like a Scorpion King thing?" And he's like,
Yeah.
and lets the moment land. You know.
I appreciate that aspect of it, but
Me too.
everybody knows this was a piece of shit, really. Even if you like some of
Totally,
it,
and I
it's a
think
piece of
that
shit.
there's a real benefit to being the star of a piece of shit. In his case,
Yeah, sure.
there's plenty of reasons to do this movie, even though it's like fuck beyond belief.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, he did 3 movies came out that year that he was in. 3 fucking movies.
He's working.
He does that year. He does Fate of the Furious and
Yeah.
Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle, so the second Jumanji
The second Jumanji. Yep.
of the so it's just fucking
And one out of those three is a
Amen.
stone cold classic.
And
Pun intended.
I'm sure I know which one you have in mind.
Oh yeah, which one?
Pretty sure it's the Fast and Furious movie.
That's correct.
It's definitely not Baywatch. Baywatch 18% Rotten Tomatoes, which definitely feels like the right zone for what we do and has sort of been that same sort of realm.
This begs the question, Gary. It begs a specific question.
Okay.
Are we back? We weren't back before.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Knock at the Cabin is a we back movie, maybe. But thus far, we have been a little bit punishing. Is it time to maybe turn the empathy dial up a little bit?
I don't know. I mean, I think we're close to something here. Like 18% and the type of film we watch feels like a very we back sort of situation.
Feels we back-ish. We back-ish.
I don't know if we're there just yet, though. I think if you remember when we did say
I don't like this phrase just yet.
Bad movie battle season.
We don't need to go. We don't need to be that. We decided last season we didn't need to be
single digits. I don't know. I don't know. I think we're
going to go deeper into the crevasse.
I think we're on the verge, but I think we're going to do like Stallone in Cliffhanger and go deeper into the crevasse.
I want to go back to the beach. Take me back.
Summer's over, Jeff.
Don't let it be fall.
It's the Cabbages Podcast Network.